Hey, Writers, Keith Wheeler here, back with another video for you. And today we're going to count down my top 5 Amazon ad types. Let's get started. First of all, we need to give you a little bit of background on my experience with running Amazon ads. Over the last 5 or 6 years, I've run ads on everything from poetry books, fiction, nonfiction, children's picture books, concept books, young adult novels, no content, low content, and everything in between. And so I've taken all of that experience and my results that I've gotten, and that's how I came up with the top 5 Amazon ad types that I prefer. Now let's start with number 5, automated ads. Now this one's a little bit of a cheat because automated ads are actually exist for both, whether you're running product targeted ads or keyword targeted ads. Either one can be set up as automated. The truth is the results for me have been about the same. So whichever way you prefer, automated ads. And I've heard people swear about automated ads, and I've heard people have horror stories. And the important thing to know going into using automated ads comes down to what your expectations are and why you're using them. The way automated ads are set up on Amazon is you're basically letting the system decide what products or what keywords they're going to use to target your audience. Those targets that they create, that they select, whether it's products or keywords, are broad. And what that means is with broad targeting, the prices are going to be higher, the bids are going to be higher. And that's one of the few times that I've seen Amazon ads actually get close to running out of someone's budget is if they're using automated ads. Again, because the average bid is going to be a bit higher because more people are using those broad stroked keywords or those broad stroked products. The time and place to use automated ads is if you're not familiar with either A, what your target audience is searching for, whether it's products or keywords, you don't know, what they're looking at. Maybe you want to learn more about your niche. That is a great time to use automated ads, but you need to use them understanding that that particular ad could very well run in the red, meaning you're going to lose money on it. It's the learnings that you get from that you can use in one of these other ad types that I'm going to go over. So if you don't know a lot about your niche and your target audience and you want to learn, maybe you're new to Amazon ads and you want to learn what people are searching for, what they're looking at that's relevant to your particular book, then automated ads may be exactly what you're looking for. And taking the information that you get from that and using that to make even better targeted ads later on. Number 4 is product targeted ads. Product targeted ads are ads that you're targeting a specific product. So if you're publishing books and you're running an ad on a book and what you want to do is find a book that's similar to your book, that would be your target. That would be the product that you're going to target. With product targeted ads, your ad can be shown on the same page as when someone's looking at product that you targeted. So let's say that you're writing a book that is science fiction and maybe wizard type, then maybe targeting something like Harry Potter, while it is going to cost you a lot of money because it's a well-known book. When someone goes to their sales page for Harry Potter, your product can be shown alongside of it as a sponsored ad. And so that's when it would show up. I've had quite a bit of experience running the product targeted ads, and I've had quite a bit of success. Obviously not as much success as the ones further down the list, but product targeted ads are definitely something you do not want to sleep on. If you know your target audience, if you know the other players in your field, the other authors, the other books, then you can probably pick one or multiple ones that are a good fit for a competition with your book. Something that not only your target audience is interested in, but something that if seen alongside your book has a good chance of beating out. So instead of buying the book that they originally went to, they'll buy your book. So if you know of anything in your niche that is like that, then a product targeted ad would be a great way to start. Now, one area that's really good for this is poetry books. If you're really good into poetry and you publish books and you know what types of books are out there and what's popular right now, you can just look at the bestseller list for that and see if realistically, if your book can compete with that, then picking those as products to target could be very beneficial for you. Number 3, lock screen ads. Now, I have heard pretty much nothing but negativity when it comes to lock screen ads, and I don't understand why. The only thing I can think of is the people that are running lock screen ads and are complaining about the results are not in the right niche. They're not in the right book type. It really comes down to the key to getting lock screen ads to work for you is the niche that you're in. The best experience I've seen is if you're in a niche where the readers are voracious readers. You know, they just can't seem to get enough. So you're talking about poetry, like I just talked about earlier. You're talking about romance books, things like that, where people are always wanting to consume more of that same type. Then lock screen ads can be a huge win for you. So again, if you're publishing books where the readers are voracious and they just can't seem to get enough, then lock screen ads could be super beneficial, because what lock screen ad does is on the person's, Kindle, Amazon Fire, and all the other devices that can be used with Kindle books, on the lock screen, they'll actually show your ad. So even with it just sitting there, not being used, when they turn it on, they'll see ads for books that can be purchased that are similar to the books that they've already been looking at. And because your readers are voracious readers, it's more likely to be something that they're interested in. Some children's books fall into this category. Again, it really just depends on what type. One type that's worked well for me has been concept books, because they're always trying to find new things for their children to learn and to grasp onto. So if you're doing a concept book, something like letters and numbers and colors and shapes and things like that, then a lock screen ad could be very beneficial for you as well. So again, do not sleep on lock screen ads. Number 2 is going to be sponsored brand ads. Now, sponsored brand ads are one of the few that, first of all, are super, they're all easy to set up, but there's very little to do when it comes to a brand ad. When you're doing other types of ads, you kind of have to fight for where you're going to show up. You're going to show up at the top of the first page, the bottom of the first page. You're going to show up in other pages. Who knows? But with sponsored brand ads, you're going to show up at the top of the page on page 1. And it's going to be across the entire top, because it's a brand. You're showing off more than one book. It's not just one book. Because of that, it takes up a lot more space, and it's very visible. Now, the downside to that is it's not as cheap as running some of the other types of ads. But if you do have a brand, it is a great way to get your more eyes on your entire brand and not just one book. So maybe, for example, you've got a 3-book series and more people are buying book 2. You run an ad to just book 1, then you might not get as much exposure as if you did a brand ad, because if you do a sponsored brand ad, you can show books 1, 2, and 3 all across the top of the brand ad. And so any one of those can grab your reader's eye, and then they'll click on it, and then they can buy the books. Instead of just trusting that one book cover is going to grab them in, you're doing it for the whole brand. And so that's a huge benefit. And like I said, I've seen some really good results when it comes to sponsored brand ads. Now, before I get to my number 1 Amazon ad type, if you've liked this video so far, give it a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that this needs to be seen by everybody. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? It's free. All the cool kids are doing it. Now, with that, my number 1 Amazon ad type is keyword sponsored ads. If you know your target audience, if you know your niche, then chances are you know the keywords. You know the inside lingo that other people don't, which makes your keywords that much stronger. And remember, like we talked about in previous videos, that Amazon cares about relevancy. So if your keywords are more relevant, not only are you got a better chance of winning that bid and getting selected, but you got a much better chance of doing it at a lower price. And this is one of the times that, like I was talking about at the very beginning of this video, when I talked about automated ads. If you run automated ads for keyword targeting, there's a really good chance it's going to run in the red. There's a really good chance you're going to lose money on that ad. But what you've learned as far as what keywords people are really searching for, you can then take that and put that in your Amazon keyword targeted ads and select manual targeting and have much better results. And that is what's worked the best for me, is the manual keyword targeted ads. And the great thing about the way I do the manual targeting ads is after you've run them for a couple months, you find out which ones really are getting the best results for you. And then you can actually create another keyword targeted ad with just those keywords and then try to find some off branches of those. So you find this one that's really successful. What are other ways that people are searching for that particular keyword phrase? It's not a one-time you run the ad and that's it. It's an ongoing, growing thing. It's not only more successful, but saves you more money. And so it becomes, you talk about your ACoS, which is basically the percentage of positive results you're getting. So it's the amount of cost you're spending per sale. So you want to get that as low as possible. You want to get that percentage as low as possible. I've gotten my manual keyword targeted ads down to around 1%, which is just crazy efficient. And those, I will pour money into those all day long, because at 1%, almost every single time it's being clicked on, it's being purchased, because it's that drilled down. So again, my number one Amazon ad type is manual keyword targeted ads. Now here's a little bonus tip for you. I always, and I cannot stress always enough, I always use custom ad text. When you're running an ad for the product targeted ads or keyword targeted ads, you have an option to put custom text for your ad. You always want to put that. You never want to leave it standard where there's no text at all. It's giving you more places to put in keywords that can really draw people. Not necessarily keywords that are going to help with the algorithm, but that are going to draw on people's emotions. People buy from emotion. And so if you can put things into that custom text that really draws them in, something that resonates with them, much better chance that they're going to click, and a much better chance that they're going to buy, because they feel invested. They feel like this book is speaking to them. Now, a little while ago, I did mention that I publish children's picture books. That's one of the types of books that I write and publish. And if you want to write a children's book as well, but you don't know where to start, well, the best place to start is this playlist right here, where I'll take you step by step through the process. I'll even give you access to a checklist. But if you're not interested in doing children's picture books, or maybe you've already seen that, well, YouTube says that this video right here is perfect for you. So I'll catch you in one of these videos, and remember to write right.